Hi, this is Larry Fitzgerald, and you're watching Backpack Broadcasting.
Hi, it's Dexter Henry here for Backpack Broadcasting at MCU Park in Coney Island, Brooklyn, where the Brooklyn Cyclones won their 11th victory of the year, but that was not the biggest story in Brooklyn today. The biggest news in Brooklyn sports-wise was surrounding the Brooklyn Nets, as they agreed in principle with the Atlanta Hawks to acquire Joe Johnson for 5 players expiring contracts and a 2013 first-round pick. Now, this is a huge trade for the Nets. Why? It's going to be very important in bringing Deron Williams back to the Nets, as many people feel that this is the trade that can keep Deron Williams here. Now, the big question is this a good fit for the Nets? Is this a bad fit for the Nets? I really do not like this move for the Nets. I think you're adding a player that's going to take away from a lot of the salary flexibility that the Nets once had. You're bringing in a player with Joe Johnson who has 4 years, $90 million. Now, I just want to be clear that this deal has a handshake agreement and has been agreed upon, but it is reported to be contingent upon Deron Williams resigning. So I don't think the Nets will make this move unless Deron is coming back, unless they really feel, in other ways you have to look at it, is that they think Deron is going to leave and they need value, a player to sell on fans coming to the arena downtown Brooklyn. Now, Joe Johnson has been an all-star. He's been a proven scorer in this league, but he is not a superstar player, and he was paid like a superstar player 2 years ago by the Atlanta Hawks. Their new GM, Danny Ferry, has been looking to shed salary, as now he's looking to move Joe Johnson, along with, reported earlier today, he's moved Marvin Williams to the Utah Jazz. So I don't think this is a great move for the Nets. Sure, they'll have a great backcourt with Deron Williams and Joe Johnson. If they re-sign Brook Lopez, that's a nice piece of center. You could say that there is a good team. They could win, anywhere, I think, from 35 to 45 games. They should be a playoff team with that, and they have a nice backcourt. But is this a winning team? This now takes the Nets pretty much out of the Dwight Howard sweepstakes. So you have to ask them, is now you're putting in money into a backcourt of Deron Williams, who you can say is up there close to superstar status, and a player in Joe Johnson, who many in the league and many around the league, and many people I've talked to who have covered this team and Joe Johnson throughout the years feel that he is an overpaid player. So I think Joe Johnson is a talented player. This is no knock on him, but I do not think that this is a great move for the Nets. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope Brooklyn Nets fans probably also hope they're wrong. They'd like to see this work out. But I think in adding a player that is overpaid, 4 years, $90 million, once again, folks, this takes away a lot of the salary flexibility that the Nets once had. So it'll be interesting to see what unfolds in the next couple of days with big decisions coming up. Will Deron come back to the Brooklyn Nets? Most people feel that he will, and Jason Kidd should join him as a backup as well. Those are much of the rumors going around. Or will Deron leave, go someplace else? Many people say it's between Brooklyn and Dallas. And will the Nets just wind up with Joe Johnson here as the piece to try to add other people in? But as for now, Dwight Howard appears to be out of the mix if the Nets are going to have a bunch of salary money committed to Joe Johnson and Deron Williams as their backcourt of the future. That's my thoughts on what the Brooklyn Nets did. There'll be a lot of more news coming up in free agency. You'll be able to hear my thoughts on that on Backpack Broadcasting. Signing off from MCU Park in beautiful Coney Island, Brooklyn, this is Dexter Henry for Backpack Broadcasting.